Hey everybody, it's Gone Turbo here. In this video, I want to look at some mods that only affect graphics and lighting. So I've been spending some time the last week testing a whole bunch of new mods that have come out. And I went ahead and was testing out the graphics pack. Now it's not one that I have had in any of my videos. I've talked about Emrens, I've talked about Osmodeus. I'm not a fan of Osmodeus, rather Skyland, but I thought I would do my due diligence and give the graphics pack a try. And with my full complete load order with all my immersive mods, I was experiencing massive crashes. So I also had the issue where when you get down to not a lot of free space left to download mods, you get that message that says not enough free space to download mods, even though it shows you might have enough free space. The recommendation for that is to go into your Xbox settings and either clear the reserved space under the Skyrim game, or kind of resetting things on your whole system but keeping your saves. So anyway, I went and did that, and what happens is it deletes all of your mods, so you have to re-download them. So what I wanted to do in this video was go back to my load order, look at the other new mods that I've been testing, and composing just a video that just shows graphic mods, graphic overhauls, lighting overhauls that I use, that I'm going to start to use and continue to use, and that I recommend. So some of these are familiar to you if you've been watching some of my videos, but these are just visual graphic overhaul and lighting mods. And you can see I still have 1 gig of free space left. So you could use this load order and just play the game like this without any other kinds of mods. It has been smooth as butter. I have had no problems with crashes or anything like that. So I do have the unofficial Skyrim Patch Special Edition at the top. Yes, it's not a graphic mod, but it's kind of a thing that everybody should have in their load order. So I guess that's maybe one little exception. SGO, SGO2, and the full static mesh mod here. I keep going back to them. If you are a graphics pack fan, then this is where they would go, towards the top. I've tested this Divine Texture Pack, the Architecture, and Divine Texture Pack Furniture and Rugs, and I really like them. What I like a lot about the Divine Texture Pack is some of the changes it makes to Whiterun. I wish it would do a little bit more, but I really like how it changes the wood in a lot of places like Riften and Falkreath, and some of those types of buildings that are in other towns and holds throughout Skyrim. Improves the wood in those areas. So you can see in the description all of the things that, some of the places and some of the things that it does change. So it does spruce things up very, very nicely in quite a bit at this size. The Divine Texture Pack adds some nice textures to rugs and to some furniture. I noticed a nice difference with this pack, so I thought I would put it in this load order. Okay, so like I said, I'm not an Osmodeus fan, to each their own, but I'm a Skyland fan. So here I am using Skyland Balance. You could probably fit, with the amount of free space left, the full Skyland. But I've been trying out Balanced, and I'm going to stick with this one. It's a little bit smaller, gives you a little bit more room, and it still looks, I couldn't really find or tell a difference between this and the full gigabyte size. I've been playing with blended roads, and you'll see that in this video, what it looks like. It really raises the stones in the road, is one of the things that it does. It just seems to kind of tidy up a lot of the seams and textures along. It looks really, really nice. The one downfall, I guess is the best word for it, is that characters, as they're walking over the stones, because they're literally raised up a little bit to give it that texture, kind of bounce around. So this is just a patch to work with static mesh and that blended roads. All right, then we get into some weather mods. Now, weather and lighting mods are important. Now, yes, True Storms isn't a a lighting mod per se, but because weather and things like fog and rain and particle effects can change the look of your game or add to the look of your game, it will make for a visually different experience. So I have True Storm's Vivid Weathers, which I just can't let go. I keep going back to this. I keep going back to the other ones, and I keep going back to Vivid Weathers as the one that I like the most. The patch to make those two work together. I then have been testing the Enhanced Lights and FX, both for these interior and lights for exterior. This isn't the weather version, but the Enhanced Lights interior and exterior. I really like them. This is similar to Divine Interiors, but definitely a lot more throughout. Obviously, it's a lot bigger in size. And the exterior, I definitely have noticed a lot of new different things that look really, really nice and don't seem to conflict with Vivid Weathers, but rather kind of add to. Far Better Sun, Superior Rocks Dark Gray, 2K I use. Display enhancements is key. Whoops. So, in some of my other videos, I talk about using preset 5 and a little bit of saturation and contrast and some blue tint, but somebody had posted that adding about 5 layers of contrast do the same thing as that preset 5. So I've been using that a little bit, or seeing how that looks. If you just layer or increase contrast at least 5 or 6 times, you're going to get kind of this gray layer that disappears, and then add some saturation and brightness to your taste. It's really great. Project Hippie, Lush Overhaul, and Verdant. Now, in my other load order videos, I had all of these mods, well, most of these ones here. I had a ton of graphic mods, SGO, Static Mesh, Vivid Weather, Skyland, and I had plugged in Verdant to try it, and I was having some very significant problems, crashes all the time. So I abandoned Verdant and just kept Dense Grass. But with just these mods, nothing else but these, I have put Verdant back in, and again, it's been so smooth and so wonderful. So I don't know what to say, but it's been working very, very, very nicely. The landscape fixes, detailed terrain in trees, LOD, no snow on the roof, and realistic water 2. Again, realistic water 2 is a must-have that goes towards the bottom of your load order. This is alternate start that is only in here because I didn't want to provide some of the some gameplay, some testing, having gone through the main opening quest, so I could just get started on video clips for you guys to showcase some of this stuff and to test some of these out. So that's what that's there for. All right, so again, I recommend all of these in this order for a beautiful looking game. If you just download these, then you will have a very smooth game. Frame rate has been excellent, no crashes, and a whole gigabyte of free space. Now I assume as I go and start to fill this back up, or if you go to start to fill this back up with other mods, then you might start experiencing some problems. The one last note is I don't have in this load order other kinds of textures like weapons, clothing, and characters, female and male, children. You know, those character overhauls. Again, more landscape, more lighting, more architecture, buildings, and I guess things like that than characters. So I hope you guys enjoy the rest of this video. These are clips of all of these mods, and thanks so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Have fun with this load order if you decide to use it. Thanks.
with a voice within power of an ancient monarch. Believe the Dragonborn comes. It's an end to the evil of all Skyrim foes. Beware, the Dragonborn comes. For the darkness has passed and the legend yet grows. You'll know the Dragonborns come. King, naloksin los parin, badain bokul, no ferrakas dval, al finorom al gran, konos konsin rotsan, Doba King, parin, I tell